We'll kick off shortly, and by the special grace of God, and we have a lot of tasks to do today. And today is going to be more of practical class, more of practical class. So it is very, very important we go through this step because I really want to show you the effects of loan apps. I mean, we are trying to see everything about CBN today because many people they are just scared of nonsense. That's just it. They don't know their rights and they don't want to know their rights. And as long as you don't want to know your rights, you will remain in bondage. That's the truth. You remain in bondage. So quickly, let me use the opportunity. Thank you, sir. Thanks for joining. So let me use the opportunity to invite everyone from all other social media so they can join us ASAP. Just a minute, please. Let me quickly use the opportunity to invite them because I've found out that everything we will talk for our group, people are not willing to learn. They don't want to learn. That's just it. They don't want to learn. They're just looking for shortcuts, sharp to be free from loan apps. They're not really interested in knowing their right. They're not really interested in what the law says. They're not interested in how to be free from loan apps. They're not interested. They're just interested in, oh, okay, I'm, I'm, I'm in bondage now. Therefore, please help me out. That's all. That's what they're interested in. Nothing more, nothing else. That's why people are in serious problem because the knowledge gap is just too much. The knowledge gap is something else. The knowledge gap is something else. It's something else. As in fact, myself, I the best for myself say, how come people are not willing to learn? And it's time for us to wake up and tell people this is what the law says. Because as a matter of fact, people are not really willing to learn. They're not really willing to learn. They just want to escape the trauma of loan apps. And they don't know that when you fight back and gain momentum, it will be very, very easy for you to win the battle. And you'll be able to win subsequent battles that you will have with loan apps. You'll be able to win subsequent battles. So I encourage everyone, this is not the time for you to say, loan app is this, loan app is that. Oh, please, how can I be free from loan app? This is time for you to wake up from your slumber and take ownership of your rights as a borrower. So I'm almost through now. Let me quickly invite all other everyone here to follow our social media. To join the live on our Facebook group. So I'm trying to invite everyone. Okay, so just a minute, please. Okay. All right. So how do I share my screen, sir? I'm not familiar with this. I want to. Okay, so I'm going to bring everyone up now. Please let me see how I can split my screen so that it will be more visible. Just a minute, please. Let me try and use this layout. I'm trying to see the layouts I can use. Okay, I think this one will be better. Please, can you all see my screen now? Yeah, so I think this is better. All right, so please, today we will deal extensively on loan apps, as in, sorry, CBN policy, extensively on CBN policy. And it's time for us to wake up from our slumber. So please, let me bring up those who want to join. Come up, please. It's time for us to wake up from our slumber and learn how to be free from loan apps. It's time for us to know our rights. It is time. Enough of all these silly questions that is really annoying. Enough of all that. So it's time for us to know this is what the law says, and you need to enforce the law. Because if you are not going to enforce the law, nobody will enforce the law for us. Nobody will enforce the law. So if you are not going to do that now, it's almost impossible for anybody to be to be free. You are not going to enforce the law. Please, as you are coming up, please mute your mic. Okay, so let me quickly go. Let's go through the central bank. This is CBN. You can download this thing. I will even post it on our social media group. Please confirm if you can see my screen very well, or is it too tiny? Let me try and increase the lettering. Okay, I think this is better. So this is CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria. If you go to their website, you will see this policy there. It's the only thing that we are doing is just the policy. This is about 75-page policy, which not all of them are. As in, we don't have interest in getting all of them on board. But the one that is peculiar to us, we are going to treat it extensively today. I think we have to start doing something like this so that people can be well informed and know how to fight for their rights. So that these lunatic people will not be giving us basketballs every time. Now look at this now. Guide to charges by banks, other financial and non-bank financial institutions. There is a guide to charges by it. There's a guide to it. So you can't just come to Nigeria and start your own thing and import your own malady to Nigerian system. That's the meaning. There is a guide to this thing. You can't say, no, you don't say your own, no, this is how I must operate. There is no such thing. As a Microfinance Bank, if you want to start, you can't just say, I want to start a banking business in Nigeria. It's not possible. You have to go through the CBN, you have to get approval, they have to vet you. They have to tell you these are the policies, this is how you should operate, this is a guideline for you to operate on, like constitution. So anybody that is violating it knows that is at risk. And the mumu Nigerians that are falling victim, they should wake up. The reason why Africa at large, the reason why we are this dummy is because our leaders they are violating the policy, and there is this saying that the law is for the poor. That's exactly what, because even the poor, they don't even know the law. So guide to charges by bank, other banks. If you read it, time will not permit us to read everything. You will see at least we are going to touch about 15 policies, maybe 10 or 15 this night, so that you will know yourself that you have been mumu pro mass. You and I have been mumu pro mass all this while. Maybe next week or on Thursday we will talk about we will explore prudential guideline together. You will see it yourself that this is what the law says. So this is not about we are trying to spoil anybody's business. You can't, because we want to spoil your business. You want to make massive profit and destroy people's life. It's not possible. It's never going to happen. So without wasting much time, guide to charges by other bank, financial institution, and all that. So the new guide, as of 2019, they're just updating the policy. No new policy like that. So they will just update. Before this time, before 2019, 2017, there is a cap on interest. Okay, let's get to that place so that it won't be as if I'm just saying nonsense. Okay, so guide to charges by banks, other financial and non-financial institutions, January 2020. So this is the policy that they have been using for the past 5 years. Most times they normally review it, maybe I think of after 6 or 7 years, I can't remember, but I know they normally review the policy if it's something that they need to review. So this is directly from CBN. Like I said, if you see the table of content, which is for banks and the financial institution, we are not interested in banks, at least for now. We are interested in financial institution, which is a microfinance bank. We are interested in microfinance bank. So if you come to this side, primary mortgage bank, microfinance banks, primary mortgage banks, finance companies, mobile money operator, what you are to charge, everything is there. Everything, what's your limits, everything is there. Now let's continue. Loan and the rest. So let me just skip this accountability and responsibility. Let me just skip some of this one. The first section is for banks, so we will not talk about bank this time around. Let me let me see if I can bring. Let's go to. I'm trying to go to microfinance, because the one with all loan apps, they are under microfinance. You understand? All loan apps are under microfinance bank, so that we will not just be reading like your electronic transfer, everything. What they are to charge, everything is here. If you take your time to read it, you know, say these people, banks and other financial institutions are really following the policy. Now this is for financial institutions. Now let's start. The first policy, the policy is, this is if you have money with financial institution like OPay, all this fintech now, OPay, Kuda, all those one. If you save money there, there is a interest. They must give you interest on that loan, although it's negotiable, which is you have to negotiate with them. That let's say you are bringing 1 million naira now, you negotiate how much is my interest on monthly basis, something of that nature. So it's negotiable. So we are not interested in that now. We are interested in loan. So let's go to the loan section. This is the current account. If you want to open current account with them, you can only have 1 million naira and things like that. So we're not interested in that. The one I'm interested in is the interest on loan. So this is for transfer. And then the last one, let me look for the loan aspect. This one is from mortgage bank. Interest on interest on deposit. This one is interest for interest. This is what we are looking for. Interest rates on lending. No, I think I've missed it. Sorry, I'm not sure if it's this one is for mortgage. Sorry, I think it's in 31 or something. Let me 31. This is it. Interest rates on lending fees. This one is for interest. That is, if you give money out, this is what you should charge. Now they now said interest rates. If you check it now, section 2.1, interest rate on lending fee, authorized overdraft and other advances or facilities. Note that when there is a change in the agreed rates, the customer must be notified within 5 business days in advance of application of the new rates. And the rates, now let me explain this please. And the rate is negotiable. Before 2019, they capped it to 3%, maximum of 3% a month. Now, when World Bank compel what's his name, MFLA, that time, that you should if you go to Prudential Guidelines, that is when you will know the meaning of what they meant by negotiable. So this negotiable has nothing to do with they can add anything to it anytime. No, they are not trying to. If I will, maybe by next Thursday, I will make sure I open that one for you so that you will see it yourself. There is a threshold to what you can charge. So which simply means that when a CBN, when they release their MPR, that is monetary policy rates, for last year now, monetary policy rate is 27%, 27.5%. That's the monetary policy rate. That is the benchmark that any loan company can charge. That's the benchmark. Now the problem is they now expect you to use your discretion that you should not charge above a certain threshold. So they didn't cap it in the sense that they didn't cap it like charge 50%, 80%. So they now give them a threshold that, okay, if you like, you can make your own 25%. If you like, you can make your own 30%. If you like, you can make your own 35%. And the Prudential Guidelines will not stated that it has to be responsive and fair, which simply means that they now cap everything to maximum of 50%. Maximum of 50%. But unfortunately for Nigerians, when MFLA started this thing, when he opened the door for them, these guys came in and they started abusing the policy. So because of this negotiable, they started adding 15%, 20%, 30%, 45%, 100% on loan. But initially, so if you now go to any bank, any CBN, and report them to CBN, they will waive it for you because there is a threshold that you must charge. There's a threshold. You can't charge above a threshold. That's exactly what that originally, before this, maybe I'll open it so that you see. They capped it to 3%, but they lure MFLA to open it, and they opened door for these criminals to come in. Now let's continue. Unauthorized overdrafts. If you are into this one, I'm not sure many people are into this. It's only for Kuda. That one doesn't concern us because we are dealing with loan apps specifically. Now, even if you are, the easiest part of this thing, even if you now want to, if you now have issue with them, you can literally negotiate with them that, okay, this is what I want to pay, this is what I must pay. Now let's continue. The one that is very, very important is this penalty rate. I'm sure many Nigerians, they don't even have interest, they don't even have problem with the. Let me zoom my screen so that people can see it better. I'm sure many Nigerians, they don't even have problem with the interest, the high interest. They mostly have problem with the overdue interest, mostly. Now, I've explained this thing over and over again. I'm going to explain it again. Penal rates for loan repayment, authorized overdraft, micro leasing, microfinance related, hire purchase, and other anything called loan. The penal rate, the meaning of penal rate is overdue interest, the same thing as overdue interest. Now, this is the catch. They said maximum of 1% flat per month. Maximum of 1% flat per month. Let me repeat that again. Maximum of 1% flat per month. Not 1% per day. Not 1% per day. 1% per month. Not 1% per day. If you are here, you are owing loan apps and they are adding 1% per day on your loan and you still pay back, you need to register yourself for 40 stroke of cane. That's just it. As in, you need to register yourself that they should start flogging you every day. After you have gone through this and you still dey pay loan apps after 1%. I'm going to read the other side though. 1% a month, so that it will be very easy for you to pay back. They will only add 1% a month. We're going to use one as an example now, as in a case study, so that you will know what you have to pay. That anybody that is violating your rights as a borrower, kobo, don't pay again. Anybody that want to make you, that want to turn you to perpetual poor person in life, kobo, don't pay them again. Maximum of 1% on unpaid amount, that is unpaid amount in addition to charging current rates of interest on outstanding debts without prejudice to the provision of the Prudential Guideline on the limitation of accruals. Let me explain that bracket. Without prejudice to the provisions of the Prudential Guideline. If you go to that Prudential Guideline, you will see that they can only add overdue interest for 90 days. After 90 days, they will stop adding overdue interest. They will stop adding overdue interest. That is the meaning of this thing. Now let's do the calculation so that you understand better what they are trying to say. Let me try and open the calculation so that we will see it like ourselves. Now, look at it now. What they are saying is very simple. Let's assume you borrow 10,000 naira. So you amount borrow is 10,000 naira. Let me copy this. Amount borrow is 10,000 naira, and amount you have to pay back. So interest on that loan, interest on loan is 2,000 naira. Let me make it a bit. Let me make it bigger. It's 2,000 naira. Now, what they're saying is this: at the end of the month, you know, it's 20%. That's 12. That makes it 20% on that loan. At the end of the first month, you have to pay 12,000. But unfortunately, you are unable to pay. If you check the Prudential Guideline now, that Prudential Guideline that the CBN mentioned, that Prudential Guideline stated that you should have 3 working days. Now, let me also mention that, because we are going to talk about it extensively. Prudential Guideline is like guideline to operate your stuff. 3 working days, that is 3 working days, you should be able to, they will give you free 3 working days. That is, you will not be able to, there won't be any overdue charges on that loan. 3 working days. That's number 1. Prudential Guideline, let's say for instance, you borrow money from OPay. I'm trying to explain the difference between Prudential Guidelines and this guide to charges. So you borrow money from OPay and you decided, you know what, I don't need this. I don't need this money again. The next thing you are going to do is you can write a letter to them and that, hey, please cancel my loan, I don't need this money. You are not going to pay any money. You have 3 days, 72 hours to return the money, and you cancel everything that you are not paying anything. So for them to force loan down your throats and they are telling you that you have accepted it and you pay that money, in fact, your mumu is in another level. Now, month 1, 12,000 naira. Month 2, the penalty that they're supposed to add on that loan is going to be, the penalty that they're supposed to add on that loan is going to be 12,000. That's 1% of 12,000. That's 120 naira. So month 2, they will have 120 naira. Month 3, let's assume you didn't pay for 6 months. Oh. Month 3, you didn't 120. Month 4. So it's not that they are using compound interest, because in under CBN, there is no room for compound interest. You cannot compound someone. You cannot compound loan. It's illegal to compound loan. Very, very illegal. So know your right. So if you are owing old cash or easy money or fair money or any of those criminals, and they are adding daily overdue, is a clear indication that you should not pay that money back. If they need that money, let them meet you in court and you explain. That's why they can't do anything. That's why they can only appeal to you, because these guys are just using the opportunity to rake money from Nigerians, and mumu Nigerians are dancing to their tunes. That's the problem. Like I said, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I said our problem is not even loan now. Our problem is people are not willing, are not ready to be free. They love bondage, they love ignorance, they love to dwell in ignorance. That's the problem. They're not ready to be free. They don't want to be free. They just want shortcut. Everything shortcut. Most people that are here now, what they're looking for is how can I delete my data from their database? That's exactly what they're looking for. As in you yourself, you should know about this thing, that how can you want someone to go and delete your data from their database? Don't you know that can send you to prison? Why are you looking in that direction? Month 3, let me continue now. Month 3, 1% on that loan. Month 4, 1%. Month 5, 1%. That is 120. At the end of the month, at the end of 6 months, you have been defaulted for about 6 months. You are supposed to pay back 12,600 naira. That's the amount you are supposed to pay. Another problem that people are now doing, another wala that people are now engaging themselves. That is why every one of you must go to CBN Poly, and you must be a student of CBN now, economics. For those of you that you have F9 in economics, see the problem now. That's why you have problem with loan apps. That's why because many of us here, including me, we had the F9 or P7 or D7. I don't know the one they are using now. That's why many of us. That's why many of us get problem. Because if you are done through economics textbook, we will know this thing. Now, these criminals, see what they are doing. In fact, this one that I did here is even lenient. Very, very lenient. Now, look at what they are doing now. Criminal owners, what they do is, month 1, you did not pay 12. They will start adding 1% every day. So at the end of 30 days, it will be 30% added to your loan. 30% added. I did not even use that. I did not even use 30% added to your loan. Let me use the normal other interest. This one is illegal. Illegal as far as CBN is concerned. If you use this calculation, this is illegal. But let's even say yes. Let us even agree that they should use it, which is illegal. This is a compound interest. So the one they are using is even exponential, not even compound interest. Now, month 1, if you check this one now, month 1, 12,000, 12,000, 10,000. Month 2, they will now use 12,000 plus 120 plus 2,400. The interest, it will be 14,000. Month 3, 12,000 plus 125 plus 2,900. So they will keep using compound interest on that loan. So they will start from 12,000. They will get the 1% of that 12,000. They will add it to it. They will add another 1%, another 1%, another 1%. At the end of 6 months, your 10,000 naira will now become almost 31,000. This is illegal. This one is illegal, and the one they are even using is even worse than this. The calculation they are using is even worse because they are using 1% every day. This one now I'm using 1% every month. This one is even illegal. So for you to be paying illegal money to loan apps, something is wrong with you. That's just it. Something is wrong with you, and it is time for us to wake up from our slumber and fight these criminals. It is time. We can't continue to allow these criminals to keep devouring Nigerians day and night. We shouldn't. And everybody must wake up. They can't do anything. You need to get this thing right. They can't do anything. They can't do anything. You need to get it right. Know your rights. If you are owing 100,000 naira, what you are supposed to pay back is 1,000. But another problem that we have now is this. The problem is Nigeria don't know the guideline to charges. Number 1, at the end of 90, if you are not going to pay the money, we have said this in times without number. If you are not going to pay the money, with the loan app, it's better for you to stop. Now, if you check what I added here. Now, let's assume, I'm giving you an example now. Let's assume you didn't pay the first month. And second month, you dropped 2,000. Third month, you drop 1,000. You're just paying gradually. You know what you are just doing? You are killing yourself gradually. You are just killing yourself small. How? Because under CBN policy, at the end of 3rd month, which is month 4 now, that is 90 days don't pass, they are supposed to stop adding overdue interest completely. So the money will just be stagnant. But for you to now say, no, you be a righteous person, you want to start paying gradually. Number 1, what you are doing is you are making the loan, you are moving the loan from non-performing to performing, and the interest will keep accruing. That's what we're doing. I remember when I was owing GT Bank, I didn't pay them for like I think 6 months. I had issue with my payment sometimes, so I didn't pay for like 6 months. They stopped adding overdue interest. The moment I started paying them like this, they started adding overdue interest. What it means is that the moment you start paying, you move your money, you move the loan from performing to non-performing, and the interest will keep accrue, and eventually when you just realize that you were initially owing 500,000 naira to pay maybe 700,000, but you paid part of it. Before you realize it, the money don't reach 1.5 million. Now that error came from you. Now you caused that problem for yourself. But these people will not tell you. What they will be telling you is, come and pay small, pay out of the money, pay out of the money. But they're not helping you, my brother. They're not helping you. They're killing you gradually. So please, let's be guided. Now let me show you another thing now that is very, very important. Now, if you check this now, this is from real money. Okay, this is real money. I want you to understand that Okay, don't let me use, I want to use something else. Let me use, okay, let me use rent money. Now this rent money home, this is one is more or less like bank, it's not bank, business loan. Now to you, to tell you that these guys, if you don't know how to deal with these people, if your poverty will be added to your name, poverty, they will ruin you completely. If you check this loan very well, you will assume that this loan is wonderful, as in everybody will rush to this loan and then dump it in sharp. Now the interest on this loan, let me zoom my the interest, if this guy borrow 1.8 million to pay back, if you check this now, interest per week is 1.37. Interest per week is 1.37. Now if you check it, let me bring my calculator up. 1.37 multiplied by 4, 5.47, which is reasonable. To you, you say, oh boy, you, before you realize, you just enter, you say, oh yeah, bring up. It's very okay. That is if you have a running business that you know that you are making a lot of money already, but you don't collect this kind of loan to start a business. That's another mistake that many people do make. You don't collect this kind of loan to start a business. You only collect this type of loan if you are, maybe you just want to, maybe you have about 70% of the money already. Now let's see why this loan will kill you if you don't know how to manage this loan. This loan can kill you. You will have a potential. You will surely have a potential eventually. Now you have to pay back out of 1.8 million. Your interest is 859,000, which is about 36%. So they added additional 10% buffer. So, which makes it 48% in 7 months. You are paying 50% in 7 months. In 7 months. So, because of the buffer. Now, if you check this now, the first month, which is similar to Lapo, the first month, no wahala, you see, nothing. You will not pay any money the first week. Don't forget, you are paying back weekly. You are paying back weekly. Oh. So the first month, you are not going to pay anything. Nothing. You use, so this thing, they're just using this thing to lure you in. The most important thing is you need to understand the principle behind lending. The second month, you are going to pay 150,000 naira back. That is the grace period. This time that you did not pay, this 4 whole months that you did not pay, you pay it back. And you are going to be paying 100,000 naira every single week. That is 113,000 every week. Now this is the catch. If you default on that loan for the week, they will add 1% on top of your loan. 1% for the week. They will add 1% on it. 1%. Now, the way they will now treat it is that, you are still servicing the loan. The more you pay the money, the more you pay, the more they will keep accruing the interest for you. 1% every week. 1%. And the problem, everything will be treated as an entity. It's a separate loan. So what I meant by separate loan, week 1 now, week 6, this week 6 is a separate loan on its own. Week 7, separate loan. Week 8, separate loan. Week 9, separate loan. So imagine if you have defaulted on this loan and they've added, maybe you have defaulted for like 6 months. And you are supposed to pay back till week 24. That's 1% on this loan. 1% on the loan. So let's say according to to the narration, they said is 1%, 1% per month. Now imagine that is 7 weeks. So every month they will be adding 7% on that loan. 7% every month on that loan. If you ever make the mistake to default on the loan, they don't kill you. They'll be adding 7% on that loan every month. So eventually we just realize that you can't pay this money again. That is why we always encourage everybody here. If you want to borrow, even with microfinance, make sure, maybe my oga Kingsley will also explain this thing very well. Make sure you have make sure you have enough money that the maximum you can borrow should be 30% of the total capital that you have. Borrowing will ruin you. There are many people that they've lost fortune, they've lost their future because of loan. So please, I encourage everyone here, you need to see, I now realize why our fathers and mothers they used to warn us strictly against borrowing. We are not saying borrowing is bad, but you need to be calculative. Those that can borrow money are the people that that cash and carry. Maybe you have a project you want to do, you just get that money, and within 2 weeks the money will come out, and you use it, you sort out your money, you sort out your business, and you move on. Not that you want to borrow money and you use it for a business, and the business you will not get turnover until after 2 months or 3 months. You need to be very careful. So please, let's be guided. So I think, though I still have many other things to show, but our time is fast spent now. So let me quickly open the floor for others to ask their question. There is another thing. Oga Kingsley, please, do you have something to say, sir? Mommy Legacy, do you have something to say?
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. On this loan stuff, the funny thing is that the plan is not to get you to pay off. The plan is to get you borrowing. So, if you do all the calculation, mentioning the first page, it's enticing. It does not include the other breakdown. If you go down to the breakdown, you'll find out that the first 3 months payment you're making, you're actually paying more interest than the principal in the first 3 months. It's after 3 months before you now start paying up to like 40% of the principal. The remaining 60% goes to the interest. And that's the way they keep doing it. So in essence, they expect you that in 3 months' time or 4 months' time, you're coming back to do a top up to borrow more, thereby keeping you more into the system. So it's a game of chess.
Thank you so much, sir. Can you hear me? Let me even buttress that your point. Yes, I'm trying to look for fair money stuff so that I can display it, trying to check it out, so that people will know that these guys, they are here to ruin you completely. They don't have you. See, the only way they can prosper is when you are financially ruined. That's the only way they can prosper. That's the only way. So if you think loan app dey do you good, even the so called loan, general loan, no be easy thing, not to talk of loan app. I'm trying to see if I can get this. I'm trying to. I think I closed it some times ago. I'm trying to see it so I can display it as well. Let me see if I can get the offer letter for fair money offer letter. Cash agent. Just a minute, please. I'm trying to get the offer letter. Fair money. Oh, okay. I think I know where it is. Just a minute. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So okay, I've seen it. So I want you to see the horror in borrowing from loan apps. Horror in borrowing from loan apps. That's when you know that khaki no be leather. Okay, let me show my screen. Let me show my screen now. So please confirm if you can see my. Let me zoom this thing very well so that others can see it clearly. Now, for this loan, I think this person borrowed about 3.9 million. Okay, just to buttress what my oga Kingsley said, this person borrowed 3.9 million to pay back 12 million in 24 months. 3.9 to pay back 12 million in 24 months. Now, the first payment, this guy pay 267,000 naira. 267,000 naira. Okay, don't let us use 267,000. Don't let us use, let's use the unpaid one. This person is supposed to pay back 500,000 naira every month. Every month, this person is paying back 500,000 naira every month. You know, this person he don't become complete. Is a slave to fear money. Now, out of this 500,000 naira, guess what? 475,000 goes to interest. Principal 35,000. 475,000 out of, so if you pay 500k like this, 507,000, they will remove 475,000 is for their pocket, is for their faji as enjoyment and every other thing. That is why you have not, until you pay up to like 15 times, that is when you start paying back your capital. So out of 3 million naira, the third month you just paid less than 37,000, 100,000. The fourth month you pay 500,000 again. Out of 500,000, 467 goes to interest. That means it's the money that they can use for faji, for enjoyment, to carry woman, to drink and to go to party. 40,000 naira will be deposited to your account. To them, you have only paid 40,000 naira. You have not paid anything. Let's go. Month 6, 500, and you pay another 507,000 naira and 7,000. 50,000 naira goes to them, goes to your principal. The remaining 400,000 naira na faji money. Another one. Till by the time you do the summation, you will realize that before you pay just 5 million, 2 million out of 3 million that you have borrowed, you must have paid up to like 15 good times. 15 good times. So perpetual, you are actually in loan app bondage. As in full time. Now the full time ministry you dey. Full time ministry na you dey. So I encourage everyone. So this loan thing is juicy at first, but by the time you look at it holistically, you just realize that you are trading away your future. That's the meaning. You are just trading away your future. You are trading away everything that you are supposed to use for your life to better your life. You are trading it away. That's just it. Now imagine these criminals now. 9 million, 3.9 to pay 12 million in 2 years. As in, you will just be working for them for the rest of your life. Now look at it. With 20, with 20, your interest, the interest you are paying out of 500,000 naira that you paid, with 20, 260,000 naira goes to interest. I mean, 281,000 naira goes to interest. 226 goes to capital. You can't be free from them. That's why I encourage everybody, alele, leave this loan thing alone. Leave them alone. They are lunatic people that they want to, they are just looking for someone that they will spoil his or her life. And I pray that God will give us understanding to be able to get this thing. Because some people, e be like say they don't put rope for their ears. Now another thing, as we dey talk now, all this thing wey we don talk for almost 50 minutes, e no dey enter their eyes, so they will still go and borrow again. They will still go and borrow again. So please, let's be guided. Thank you. So please, if you have any question, please feel free to come up and ask your question. Let me bring my gas up. I need to charge my phone, sir. So let me bring all my gas up. Please, if you have any question, come up and ask your question. Question, or you can drop your question down here. We will definitely attend to it. So question, please. Another thing that I want us to know, the only way out of this thing is stop paying loan app. There is no other option. If you think you have any other option other than stop paying, you are only deceiving yourself. So, Mr. Kenny Fast, right? My oga, Mr. Cheg, welcome, sir. Do you have one or two things to say? Let me change the layout so that you can have a very good layout. Please, you can also drop your question down here. If you have a question, please feel free to come up and ask your question, or you drop the question so that we can read it and answer your question at once. Okay, let me bring you up. Hello, Sky Man, right? Do you have any question?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yes, I can hear you.
Please, my question is, I'm owning loan now, like Okash, Pay Money, Easy Buy and Branch. Although I've paid them the amount I borrowed, but I'm owning the interest, and it's been 15 days now. Just 6 days, sorry, it has overdue. Okash, they have like the interest that they have there, the rollover is up to 15,750 now. They are still adding. They are calling me seriously. So my question is, please, how long will they keep on adding that rollover fees? And is there a possibility of them like uh, calling my contacts, because they keep on adding rollover fees, and they keep on calling me, threatening me, like saying some kind of things like they will report me, all those kind of. So I want to know if it's possible, like there is the time that they will be able to stop the rollover fee, or they will keep on adding it forever. And what will happen, because there is a certain time I paid, I have 20K that I
When
paid,
did you join
but
this
despite
live?
that they keep on adding.
When did you join this live? When did you join this?
Like 35 minutes ago.
35 minutes ago. You were not here
Yes.
when I was explaining the penal rate. Were you here when I was explaining the penal rate?
Yes, I
Okay.
was here when you were explaining it to 1%.
So when I was explaining it, what were you thinking? Because I took my time to explain it, and I even called people that are thinking about that about it. So why are you asking the same question again? So it simply means that all that we have spent about 15 minutes on, that thing didn't come to you as in, you didn't get to you at all. After I've told you
No, it gets to
what
me.
the policy say, what the CBN policy stated, you are still here asking the same question that we discussed extensively. I told you, I open it now. This is what the policy says. This is what we must do. You are even still talking about how long will they continue to have it. Does that make sense to you? After we have told you that this thing is illegal, you are still paying stupid money. This is illegal. What's your business with if they keep having nonsense? What do you want to do with it if they keep having? What's your business with that? Your business is to know your rights.
You should know that this is what the law says and enforce your rights. If they need their money, let them need to court. What's the difference with how long will they continue to add it? If they like, they let them continue to add it forever. That's the
All
problem
right,
I have
sir.
with many
Thanks a
people.
lot.
Many people need to understand as in they don't want to know their rights. Know your rights, enforce your rights because these mad people, these lunatic people, they don't want you to know your rights. They don't want you to enforce your rights. They will always want you to be in at the disadvantage. You said you have paid them. Please mute your mic. There's a lot of background noise from your head.
All
You said
right.
you have paid them some amount of money. That's why because they see you as mumu. When you are pay, when they are adding something, you are paying. Can't you see that you are mumu promas? They are adding something to you. They are adding. They maybe you hold them 100,000 naira. They've turned it to about 150,000 naira. You are paying. You are not different from any ATM. And every one of you here that are paying that stupid that kind of nonsense money, something is wrong with every one of you here. If after you have seen what CBN has said about you, about your life, about what you should do, about what you should know, and yet you chose the other way around and be keep paying these mumu people. You are the one causing problem for us in Nigeria. All of you that are paying these criminals.
Shark, I want to even ask those people that are paying, what legit business do you want to do in this Nigeria that will make 3 million naira roll over to
Tell
12
me,
million naira
please mute your mic.
in
Yeah.
24 months? What type of business do you want to do that will convert 3 million naira to 12 million naira in 24 months?
Abio.
Does it make sense?
Except you want to
You
do
just know that
kidnapping.
that's more of 300% increase. Is that not
That's
suicide? For peace of mind these days, with everything that is going through, peace of mind is expensive and people just give it out for nothing. I swear.
it didn't tire me. Oh. I see no reason why people are still paying these criminals. I see no reason. People should know this is the time. What we are one at least almost every going forward now, we will keep treating this thing, this loan issue, so that people can we know their right. Because it's as if people don't want to know their right, they are looking for shortcuts. And it's really alarming, it's really annoying that people chose they prefer shortcut to reach substance. Let us be guided. We need enough about this thing. We must know your right. No, you can never finish paying these criminals. That's what they are designed to do. They are designed to ruin you. They are designed to steal from you. They are designed to kill you, buy you everywhere. The only way they
But
make
the truth
profit
is that
is from your room. Yes, ma'am.
these people, they only just one day, they only want the easy way out. They even if you tell them what to do, they will still come to you and still ask you. They are threatening me, they threat you too much. What should I do? You tell them, they will still come back. They just want you to, they don't want to fight it. They just want an immediate solution to it. They just tell them, okay, do this and that. They don't know it's a process. You have to
Everything
be
about
strong.
life
You
is a
have to
process.
be
It's
together.
about process. Everything about life is about process. That's just it.
Someone
And
will
you
even
need to
tell you that
empower
I don't
yourself.
want them to get, I don't want them to even call my emergency call. No, they'll say they'll give me a solution. Tell me what to do. Right now, if you ask that question again, I don't answer it. Because at first I will take my time. I'll just send you the policy. Read, know your rights. Even after you send them and know your rights, they will still come back to you. But they send me another message this morning. I'm like, if they keep saying, they will send those messages. That's what they are meant to do. But you have to know what you want. You have to know your other consequences. If they know what to do. For example, today, just because a branch was sending me messages and they told me they will report me to the crazy bureau, and so I just told them my lawyers are even idle. please, I need to get them at work, and I'm not paying that money anytime. And what behold, the message I received was, when can you pay? That was the message I received. I said, no, please, it's better they report me. I have been paying them and they are idle. They have not handled anything. And they stop writing me. At least I will get the message across to them that I know my right. I know what I'm doing. So they cannot even trust me. They cannot even do anything. If you act like you all the fear in you, they'll keep sending you all those threatening messages. Please. And your people are even afraid of calling my contact, calling my husband. Well, I said it here. Go to your husband or to your wife. Tell them what is up. And be free.
I don't know. If you allow loan now to tell your husband or your wife, you will see the other side of your life. That's just it. And we are talking from experience. Just make sure you stop them from reaching out to your contact yourself. Reach out to them yourself. Enough about this thing, it's a must for us to stop. You have to stop this thing. So please, let's hear Queen Chichi, right? And okay, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, what I'm about to tell you, please don't insult me. You've never heard this before. I started taking this loan. Yeah? I started taking this loan, and these people are the reason why my company closed down. I started selling please don't record this thing. I started selling my vehicle. I went from top to bottom. I started selling all my vehicles just because of fear and shame. But I thank God. I don't know if it was what God used to draw me close to Him. And now gave my life back to Christ. And all the shame cleared. Even as I am now, I'm not afraid. I don't have any shame. Because it was looking as if they would publish me to the wrong. So what I'm going to do, I will pick one of my SUV. The one I bought 23 million. I will sell it for 17 million. Just to pay them 6 million naira I'm owing them. Sharp, sharp. And again, if I don't get any contracts for that loan, I will take loan. I used to take 4 at the same time, just to get up to like 1 million or 800 that will be sustaining me, because I hate staying without money, and I do business of money. You understand? So I have that mind to collect the loan. Before you know, I will pick another of my vehicle. I will pick another of my vehicle. I will pay. This was what I did until my company closed down. So as a smart person, I saved 3 of my vehicles, which I sold them, used the money to develop my property and open another business entirely. While the one that was funding my life and my destiny, that one shut down. Staff, everybody went. My office is locked because of this loan people. The depression I'm telling you is not here. It was only my sisters I confided in, and they used to take my photo and make it look like criminal, and I will get scared because of the type of clients I have, the people I serve in my business. So I don't even think about it. If I want to sell any of my car, I don't even think about it. These people ruined me. These people ruined me. This is the first time I'm saying this in public, because it happened last year. My business with them ended November 2025. The remaining ones, I was still owing up to about 11. It was last week that I deleted all of them, because if I have money, I would have still paid them the way I used to do. Sometimes when I pay them, they will be begging me money for lunch, that their salary is 30,000. I will still be dashing them money. Sometimes they will say I'm owing extra, 100 and something. I will just be paying. Why? Because I used to do business of money. But all of a sudden, the money was not coming. For me to stay like that without money, I need to sleep with lights. I need to live, I need to maintain my life while I hope for the business that comes as usual. But then I got ruined. Your message just empowered me a little bit, and I decided to come into your life. It is well. I'm waiting for God.
Thank you so much, sir. So, like I said, my brother that friend that I sorted.
Last question when concern me.
Oga Kingsley, please
One when
just
concern
let
me.
me. Oga Kingsley, just please wait. That my brother that I really had to shout on him, not because I'm offended though, but because I want people to get it. So please, I'm not. It's not that I do insult people, no, but because sometimes we really need hard as an iron hand. I have found out that many people, if you use soft hand on them, they will still go back to their vomit because it's like that's why they can easily be depressed by loan apps. And we want people to be able to know their rights. So that's why sometimes if it's required that we shout at as in give person water sometimes so that they will be able to know the effect of what they are supposed to do. So, like you said, sir, I really appreciate what you are saying now. In fact, I wish you were here when people were sharing their testimony in December. You will know that Kaki no be leather. That I believe you too you be OG, but Kaki no be leather. A lot of people one of our guys here, Oga Ezege ZG, he does as e dey comot like this as he spend more than 11 million as in 30 something million naira. He dash these people almost 30 something million naira because of I don't want my name to be defamed. I don't want this to happen to me. I don't want this to happen to me. I understand. So we are not insulting you in any form, sir. The most important thing that you are able to bounce back. That's what is important to us. We are able to bounce back. And it's very, very important. It is time I just pray that for those who are still paying religiously to these criminals, you hear what our Oga said now. We hear what he said. Please, it is time for us to wake up. It is time. These people, they are not leaving this country anytime soon. They're not leaving because too many Nigerians are giving away their fortune to loan apps. If na you go leave. When you see people giving away their fortune to loan app, will you leave? You won't leave. So thank you very much, sir, for encouraging others. I believe one or two people here.
I gave my whole fortune literally to loan app, my whole fortune, everything I suffered for. The thing that God used to bless me as a man, loan app took all of them. With their bad mouth, with their arrogance, they took everything away from me and dropped me on the ground. It's because I went to give my life to Christ. I remove shame. You understand? That God, since God has taken everything that He gave me, let Him bless me. And I've been faithful, serving God since that time. And I know He's going to do it for me again.
Amen, sir. Amen. God will restore everything because the way God restored mine, I lost more than 11 million in 2021. No. I lost more than 11 million. Then 2022.
I lost close to 60 million.
Can you imagine?
Because my investment was 100 and something million I was controlling. I lost close to 60 million naira I used in paying loan app because of poor flow of business. So I was using them to sustain. If I take 300,000, they will charge me 586,000 in 7 days. That's the type I was collecting. 7 days. Sometimes they will give me 800,000 to pay 1.3 million in 7 days, and I must pay. The thing is that I'm very strict. I hate to disappoint. I will not sleep. I will be the one begging them, and I must do something, and I must pay. Both my iPhone I bought from slot at Saka Tinibu, brand new. My watch, iPhone 15 out of 10. Everything, my vehicles, my SUV, and people were been thinking if our people thought I was taking drugs. It was not drugs, so just issues, important issues. The way I'm surrounded by struggling people. Understand? It's a long story, but these people ruined me.
I can relate, sir. I can relate, and I just pray that others. If you hear Mommy Legacy's own, you know say Kaki no be later too. She lost many things, many things that you can, as in, if you hear her story, you will cry. It's not trivial. That's why we
It's
are.
because it's
It's
because
a,
of
it's a loss.
loneliness. If I was not an introvert, I hate shame, and I'm a loner. I've always been alone. If I had somebody or like a partner, somebody even living in my house, I will confide in. That person will be gingering me now. I will just listen to
Exactly.
that person because me, I have mind. That person would have gingered me to, abandon shame. And then I will still have my investment and I will still be owing loan. That one would have helped me. But that particular area of shame and loneliness was what I'm always scared. It's as if my wall my picture is going to come out, on the internet. Fear, shame, and pride. Pride. That was why I had to submit to Jesus Christ.
See, it's not even pride. They're just trying to. They are trying to permutate the law against us, and people
Boss,
we ma.
he's saying he lost those things. Me, I lost those things. They still posted me online. Contact, you send message to all my contacts. Like I was telling one, I just sent a picture of my picture, my arbitrary picture to one of the people that were complaining my inbox. I said, just send it to me. Look, this is my arbitrary picture. This is the phone. The messages they sent from my inbox, the messages they entered my phone. I said, look, that's it. People are scared of disgrace. This is the least of your problems. It's the least. It's the least. The earlier you remove that notion that they will disgrace me and my skin, put that one aside. Put that one in one end. I always tell people I'm so disgraced and I've bought shame. I am not scared. I'm not ashamed of anything. I'm not ashamed of anything. I'm ashamed of
Enough of all this. We must find a way to eliminate these criminals out of Nigeria. They've caused so much ruin. As in, people are going through depression on daily basis. The people are going through depression on daily basis, and it has to stop. It has to stop. It's just unfortunate that people that have encountered this platform, they're supposed to take their time to read. If about 50% of us here can go into our world and spread this thing, within the next 3 years, everybody will be aware of loan apps and how to deal with them. And currently, according to statistics, we still have about 18 million Nigerians borrowing from these criminals. 18 million borrowing from them. That's the problem. And the more money you have, the more you will spend time in their dungeon. You're going to spend like 3-4 years before you realize that everything don't cast. So thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate your contribution. I really appreciate. So Queen Chichi, please, over to you. Hello. Hello, Queen. Over to you. We can't hear you. Or maybe someone else. If Easy Bless, Luxury Move, anybody, please unmute and ask your question.
Hello, sir. Evening, sir.
Hello, good evening, sir.
I want to use this medium to actually appreciate you for, the enlightenment. Information is key. That is the most important thing, and it's like the light you shine sharing for everyone now. So, I got to know your platform. I think I've been following it once in a while. So recently I have to adapt to it and I have to keep to it. And because of this, it has helped me. Because my own is that I was operating on 7. So inside the 7, before I got to know about your app, I've already finished paying like 3, remaining 4. So because of this, I stopped paying the remaining 4. So because of how you've taught us and the confidence you've given us, when they call us, we push them. Before initially, I usually, sometimes off my phone because of the call, the intimidation, the insults and co. So now, right now, I don't off my phone anymore. I face them. And sometimes, if they are calling me, if my wife is there, my wife too will face them to the point whereby, you know, they are still calling. That fear is no more there again. They are still calling. That fear is no more there. I'll tell them that I've reported you people to the SCPC. Loan shark is at my back. You people cannot do anything. Do your worst. We have our lawyer. The loan shark will come for you. The loan shark, So I just want to thank you. But my question now is that way forward with the other ones remaining for which is free money, fair money, OPay, and the fear, the OCAS. What can we do apart from stop paying? Is there any way loan sharks can help us? Maybe there's like a backup or there's like a lawyer or something. I don't know. But we know that we've stopped paying and we are no more paying. But is there any other thing that the loan shark need to do for us, like a community? Maybe we can be reporting to them. I know I've already logged into the website, but that is just what I want to ask, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Like I said, there are 3 legs to this. We have our dedicated lawyer, and our dedicated lawyer specifically, what they do is to enforce law. Yeah, most of the things that we are saying here are backed by our lawyers. Like, they gave us rights. Just like you can say this, you can say this, you can say this, you can say that. Do you understand now? So on this community, if you have any court case regarding loan, which for the past 4 years we've not gotten any court case regarding loan, call us. Our lawyer, especially if you are in Lagos, specifically in Lagos, if you are in another state, I beg, there is nothing, don't need to worry yourself, because they can't even do anything. They can't do anything. That's why that is how that is the main reason you should know that these guys are criminals. So to answer your question very well, the first thing we want everybody to do, this community, what we are doing here is not just to tell you stop paying and stop borrowing. It's not just to tell you stop paying and stop borrowing. It's for you to know your rights. Many people don't know. Many people, the reason why they stop paying, not because they really wanted to stop paying, is because they don't have money. It's because they don't have money. After loan app don't win them completely, that is when they will now know, say, it be like say I have to listen to loan shark now. Let me stop paying. So we don't really want that. We want people to know that according to this, I will stop paying. According to this policy, this policy, I will stop paying. That's exactly what we're doing here. Now, if there is any court case, we bear we foot the bill. Mostly in Lagos, because all of them are in Lagos. So if there's any court case, we'll meet them here in Lagos.
If you're in another country, in another state, don't disturb yourself. They can. So, in the last 4 years, we have been waiting for their court case. We never see one, as in court order, whatever what they call them, court order. We've never seen one. To tell you, they know that if they go to court, we have more than 10,000 doc exhibits against them. More than 10,000. That's why we are telling everybody, join our platform, go to register on our website. Anything that they send to you, upload it on that place, so that we can, as I told last week, I told my guys that it is time for us to start reporting these loan apps. By God's grace, by tomorrow we will start with PalmPay. We're going to report PalmPay as in heavily to CBN starting from tomorrow. Please, even if you don't hold PalmPay, you report. Every one of us must report. Enough of all this. We must report these criminals. Even if you don't hold them, report, because we can't continue to live in fear. How on earth how can someone come from China and be giving us goes day and night, and we have nothing to show for it? Does that make sense? So we are here for everything. We are here for all these things. Legal, when it comes to legal thing. That is why we can't. That's why I had to make. I made a post. Please mute your mic. So I made a post. Was it yesterday or two days ago? That we cannot, because we are now free from loan apps. We are now giving people opportunity, as in some people are now going back to loan app and keep borrowing and expect us to keep defending them. It's never going to happen. We cannot go back. That's why anytime we have any issue with anybody, just the first thing we need to check is, okay, have you registered on our platform? Yes. For us to use our legal team for you. Of course, don't disturb yourself about legal team, because law, because these people cannot come to you. They cannot even arrest you. They can't do anything. But we are just saying, let's assume that eventually it has to get to that level. For us to defend you with our legal team and everything, we pay for all the legal proceedings and everything. For us to defend you, we must know that, this person registered on our platform. The time he borrowed the money is as in before he registered on our platform. Not that after he had registered on our platform and days or months after, he go borrow another money and he's expecting, after we have told you that you should stop borrowing, and you now borrow another money. No, now you face it yourself. Of course, we can give you tips that this is what you should do, this is what you should do, but we are not going to use our resources for you. We are not going to use our resources, because to get a lawyer on board, sometimes it costs up to like 100, 200, 500,000 naira. So we can't use our sources for disobedient people. No, we can't do that. Because a lot of people, we have found out that a lot of people will just use the opportunity, because of the liberty that we have, liberty and freedom that we have. They will now use the opportunity to start borrowing again. What kind of the weak people are we raising? No, we don't raise weak people here. Our motto is very simple: stop borrowing, stop paying. Because people can be very, very deceptive. They will edit everything. A lot of people will come to me giving me all sorts of things. I just realize that this person is just telling me, he's not telling me the truth. Don't forget, you're talking to a senior developer with 12 years of experience. So I know, if you tell me something, I will know that this thing. And I've been here, to the glory of God, I've been here I've been dealing with issues for the past 4 years. So I have at least a substantial experience when it comes to this loan thing and how to handle them. So if you're telling you stop paying, you don't have to wait till you lose, as in you transfer all your fortune to them before you know that, oh boy, I can't be like that. But ultimately, we want people to be able to know their rights. That's the most important thing. If you know your right, you will not be scared of these people. You will not be scared at all. And that does not mean loan apps, as in this thing is applicable to all loan apps. Not at all. There are some loan apps that will protect them here. If you are holding carbon, I don't know if they've changed. Please, if they have changed, please let me know. If you are owing carbon, in the sense that I know they don't defame, they don't do all those things, and they don't have the excessive overdue. But if they have started had the excessive overdue, let me know. We treat them the same way. Branch, carbon, umber, ELA, not IDA, ELA, EALLA. I know their interest is high, but they don't have excessive overdue. You get, if you are owing those ones, you have to pay them. You have to pay them because their operation is a little bit seamless and it's very, very straightforward. So please, those ones you have to pay. But any other, so this is the litmus test. The test is very simple. To know loan apps to pay, number one, they must never add overdue interest. Or if they must add overdue interest, let it be give or take 1% per month. Those ones you can say, okay, let me pay them. Number two, they must never never call, as in all this excessive 200 calls per day. No. Number three, no abusive words, no storytelling, no courses and all those things. Those ones you have to pay them because in a way they have given you room to pay. They say, okay, you can pay small till you finish paying, even though you're not going to get another one, which is better, which is reasonable. An average person should know that I should pay that kind of money. But those ones that you you have not paid, as in the money that you have, the money that you are still owing them, you never pay the money. They are adding overdue interest, excessive overdue interest, to make you perpetually poor. And you still want to pay that kind of mumu money? No, now, which kind of mumu talk with that one? Please, let's be guided. There's no such thing. No more payment for all those things. So, or that they will post you, anybody that stated that they will post me, or they will post you on social media, all those things, and you have the audacity to say, I will pay the money gradually. Yeah. Thank God you're not my bro. Thank God I don't know you for madam. In fact, the beating I will give many people here will not be small. Because people cannot be molesting you online molestation, online abuse, cyberbullying and all those things, and you are scared and you still want to, you should tell them couple you're not going to receive. That's just it. You have the flaw. This is what the law say. Court is not about it's not about agreement between you. It's about agreement between you and the person under the law. That's what the law we use. So let's be guided, please. Enough about this blah 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 on loan apps. I hope I've answered your question, sir. Okay.
Sir.
All right.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much,
Thank
sir.
you.
So just keep enforcing your liberty and all that, and know your right as a borrower.
All right.
So next person, please. T, please unmute and ask your question. Please unmute and ask your question. We have a lot of people that.
Okay, sir, good evening, everybody.
Yeah,
For
good
me,
evening.
I don't think I have, but I have some things to say. So, firstly, that Pampay, I figured most of them use Pampay account. Like they'll create a name with a Pampay account for me. So I figured I don't know how they do that. I don't know if it's Pampay that's giving them license to use it to collect money from us. I don't know which one, but I want to know why they use
It's not
Pampay.
virtual account, so they have is legal, but unfortunately they are
Okay.
using it for something else. That's the disadvantage of that. So
Okay.
you can actually request for account closure and they will close it for you.
Okay, sir. So
That's
secondly, mine started from late October. Like that's when I started borrowing money. From late October till December to January. But it was January I found your page. And then around that time I also had to read more on our rights because it was becoming so annoying. And I happened to fall within that 7 days old that was deadly. I was getting threats even before the seventh day. It was becoming really annoying. I wanted to really know why they were operating like that. So I read,
We can't hear you again, no.
okay, so
Yeah.
I read and I saw that we can sue them for at least 100 million. We can report their app and their apps can be sanctioned because I downloaded their apps from the App Store. So I saw that their apps can be sanctioned and it can be removed from either the App Store or the Play Store. I also went back to check reviews on most of these loan apps. Like there are a lot of bad reviews on their app, a lot of it. So I don't know how we can report this app so that they can be sanctioned and be removed from the App Store or the Play Store. I don't
Now,
know how it's possible.
for you to remove them from App Store or Play Store,
Mm.
there are three criteria to remove loan apps from App Store or Play Store. The first criteria is if they violate your policy, your privacy, in the context of maybe they are calling your contact and all those things, and there is that which simply means that they have access to your contacts and your call log. Yes, you can request that they should be removed, and Google will remove them immediately. But unfortunately, most loan app, 99% of loan apps on Play Store now, or let me say 98 or 95%, they don't have access to your contacts. They don't have access to your contact, and a very few of them do have access to your call log. But if you can figure out that they have access to call log, yes. If you report to credit, if you report to to Google, Google will definitely remove it. And if you want to report, just confirm that, and then you remove them completely from Play Store. But the challenge about removing them from Play Store, personally from our group, I mean the loan shark community, Facebook, we have removed more than 300 loan apps from Facebook and from Google Play Store. But unfortunately, as we are removing them, another 300 will come, another 600 will come. So what they do is they will change name and they rebrand, and they upload it again. So we figure out that reporting, of course, can solve a number of problems, but it's not a permanent solution. Do you get that now? It's not a permanent solution, because even if you report them, Play Store will remove them. They will create another account. They will change name, and they will come back to Play Store. Do you get that now? So the best solution is to educate people, to let the people know their rights, that any 7 days or 14 days, all those ones are suya money, all those ones are national cake. Stop paying them. That's number one. Number two, now report. If you check all the embarrassment, the harassment messages that they have been sending to you, they will never include their company name. They will never
Let's say
include
did that.
if you have
Let's say
a,
did that. So yes, I have that as an evidence.
if you have, let's say, maybe you send it to me. Let me see what you are
Yes,
saying.
sir. I'll do that, please.
If you send it to me, we'll be able to decide if is reasonable enough. Once we are able to do that, then we can now report massively to FCCPC. Unfortunately for FCCPC, they always like to resolve things, not to sanction.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So that's the problem we have. That's the problem I personally have with FCCPC. They always try to resolve, not to sanction. They
But the
only
problem is,
sanction loan apps. So they only sanction loan apps if about 100 or 200 people reported the same loan app.
that's what I wanted to say, because there are a lot of us now that they are embarrassing and trying to defame and all. So I feel like a lot of us are already in this mess. So if it's possible for all of us to come together and figure out how to kick out these people, because like you said earlier, they're causing more havoc than good.
Yeah, the problem is people.
People cannot be trusted in a way. I've There was a time we wanted to report fair money. A lot of people, many people reported fair money, but a lot of people are saying, "Hey, I hope it's not. I hope it's not a scam. I hope they will not come after me." You know, all those nasty questions.
Mm.
So some people believe that they are, as in, they prefer to run away. I know a number of friends that this person, na my cousin, he ran away from Nigeria. He jackpot to Ghana, all in the name of loan app. They owe loan app.
Mm.
Because you know, Sabi, so later he now told me that Afo, I didn't know it's like this. So I had to run away because of I have to run away because of loan apps. I told him, I used to be, but anyway, it's for your own good. Anyway, thank God you are doing well in Ghana. So just enjoy your life. So please, what we are planning to do now will not rest. Our primary goal here is to make sure that people are free from loan apps. That's the first thing. First thing, people are free from loan apps. Then, secondly, we now go to fighting back. And I think it is time for us to move to the next level, fighting loan apps back. And one of the best ways to fight them back is number one, you stop paying them, and then you stop borrowing. Number two, we have to start reporting them massively to CBN. For the CBN license own, we report them to massively. You can't report fair money to FCCPC. That will not work. You can't report fair money, is money you catch, all those CBN license. You can't report them to FCCPC. You can only report all those small loan apps to FCCPC. So the one that we for this week now, we are going to report bank pay to to CBN, and all of us will consolidate our efforts and report massively to um, to CBN, and let's see what will happen. Because I noticed that when we reported fair money to CBN last year, they had to readjust their stuff. They had to do a lot of things. They reduced their interest and all those things. So as long as we are not ready to report them, nothing will happen, and they will keep getting more power to extort us and to devour Nigerians. So I think it's very, very important we do that right away. So have I answered your question, ma?
You have.
All right. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you,
So
sir.
please over to you. Next person, please. So we can.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma.
I just want to thank you very much for enlightening us on those loan apps.
Thank God
Don't
for
let us
everything.
be afraid. Don't let us be afraid of them. They are human beings like us. If they
Exactly.
come for us, let's give them to them back. Back to back, please. Don't let us be afraid. If they say they want to post you, tell them they should go ahead and post. Don't let us be afraid. When there is fear, we cannot be able to do the next thing.
Yeah.
Please don't let us be afraid. Don't let us kill us alive, because the interest they are putting on this money is too much. In a week, you will collect 300. Even they are calling me as I was talking to you. Put them in Truecaller. Don't receive their call again. Please, all their messages, ignore it. If the one that you can reply, reply them. If you don't like to reply them, leave them. Don't be afraid. If you want to post, post. The person that sees once, they will talk. They are even messaging me. They will talk and leave you later. Don't mind anything.
They
They
cannot
cannot
even
kill
post
you.
anything. They cannot. They don't have access to anything. They cannot even post anything. That's what I want people to know. They cannot post anything.
Some post, some did.
Some will post. They will send it to some of your contacts, but not all your contacts. In fact, some will create a social media and post on your social media and send it to you. They just want to instill fear in you. Do you know what it takes to go viral on social media? Um, you think one person with on 200 followers can go viral on social media. How you wan do am? How you wan? Even most of my, I have 50, how many followers wey I get sef? 59,000 followers. I dey post almost every day. In fact, sometimes even with 59,000 followers, sometimes my post is not even up to 1,000. My post is not even up to 1,000. As in views, they are not even up to 1,000. On Facebook, I have 29,000 followers. They are not even up to, they're not, sometimes I will have 5,000 views, sometimes 300 views, sometimes 400 views. So it's not trivial for you to go anything that you see out there going viral, except you have hundreds of thousand followers. That's when your something can go viral. That's just the truth. So need not, if they say they will post you on social media and all those things, you are just enjoy your life. Tell them, if you don't post me, you are a bastard. You are a bastard. That's it. Oh.
They are
So
even telling me that they have reported my BBN to CBN.
tell them,
That is the message they sent to me just now.
tell them you are, oh, that okay, you will go and collect it back from CBN. That thank you, you go and collect it back from CBN. It's as simple as that.
They are mad.
So please, I encourage everyone, know your rights. The moment you know your right and you're able to fight. I remember when I was in their dungeon 4 years ago. The moment they called me, I know they do paparazzi with them. The moment they call me, I will tell you I'm not paying it. I will tell you straight up, I'm not paying again. As simple as that. If you like, go on. And they say, I said, you heard me, I'm not paying again. So that's just it. So someone is asking that, is there any way we can report them to the credit bureau of their crimes? You cannot report, it's only microfinance that can report to credit bureau. Nobody can report to credit bureau other than you. So it's only microfinance that can report to credit bureau. You can only correct if what they reported on credit bureau is incorrect. It's not correct. That's what you can only contest what they have reported, not that you will report something to credit bureau. So although if anybody reported you to credit bureau, you can report them. Okay, you can also report them to CBN, and that one is possible as well. All right, thank you very much, man. So let's hear from what else. At Tokyo Food, right?
They
Is
said they
that
are going to reduct that money from my other account.
tell them to continue. Sorry for you, and that's
Is
other
it is
person.
it possible?
No, it's not possible, man. At Tokyo Food. Do you? Okay, I'm not saying this first. So please, if do you have any question, please? Let me bring you up. I still have more. Let me bring.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Can hear you,
I'm
sir.
very I'm happy to join this program, and this is my first time. Though I've tried
You're
all my
welcome.
possible best to join it, but sometimes when this program will always be at work on night shifts, so that's why I was able to join. But fortunately for me, I'm at home today. That's why I'm able to join.
Ah,
So
thank you,
my
sir.
own concern is, although I've registered to loan check with you, and I was able to read everything. That was last year, December. So, because I was for the past 2 3 years, I've been battling with this on no apps like OPay, Cash, this money, branch, Pampay. So even they have really choked me to the extent that I will go to my cooperative to collect loans, just to liquidate their loans. And at the end of the year, I'll be wondering, that what did I use this money for? So, but thank God that last year when I came across this loan chart review and I registered, so I was able to bear my covenant. So that last year rather, which is December, and I own like 6 loan apps. Okash is part of, up to now, Okash is part of them. Palmpay, Branch, and I think Lara Money. So since that time, they have been sending me a lot of messages. Like they will call me. Sometimes they will disturb me with Uber calls, and because of that, because of what I have learned, has made me to gain my confidence. I will even whatever the message or call they give, even to the extent that there was a day they have to call me. We are on phone. I told them that I asked them that are you sure? I'm very sure like for Okash, and say you guys are licensed by CBN and say yes. I said, what does the CBN say about overdue loan interest? That person could not answer me to the extent that he had to hand it over phone to his boss. And his boss also could not say anything. To the extent that they said, okay, because we are the reason why we are still calling you is because we know you have been a good customer for the past 2 years, but we are just surprised how you just make a new just turn, like it just change. So because of that, they will report it to credit bureau. I say no problem. And whatever you want to just go ahead. Even PalmPay, they have been sending me a lot of message that if by so time I do not pay their money, they will eat me back. I said go ahead, go and do it. But I promise you, you and your company for the rest of your life, you will pay for defamation of character. And because of this, I'm not going to pay a dime. So these vast goals have been given to them, and thank God I have peace. Even this year, January, I think this year I told my wife that I don't just know why. I just have this peace. Like I'm having this peace. It because I don't have anything, I don't have this loan to be like I regain my confidence. So now my question is, though you have answered it, but I maybe the reason why I asked this question, I will need to say it again. Like I want to believe that all these loan apps, when they are reporting people to the credit bureau, they will never include their own criminal act, like 2% daily interest on overdue loan. They will never. I'm not sure they will include that one. So I don't know if there's anything we can also do so that this credit bureau too. I know we can report them to CBN. Even as I am even to today, I sent no yesterday I sent me to Okash to PalmPay that they need to review their this thing because or else if they need or else I will be forced to escalate to CBN, and immediately they reply me today. But that reply I'm not okay with it because now I have to reply them back that this May, if you want to reply me again, if you do not if your reply does not have CBN policy as reference, I will I will I will I will I will I will not hesitate to escalate you to CBN. So I'm still expecting that reply. So my own this question is that though we know because I'm very sure they will never include their criminal acts like the percentage they charge by on an interest and the overdue interest. They will never include that one. So I don't know if there's anything we can do aside from the fact of reporting them to CBN or FCCPC. Is there anything we can do that like to for them for even the credit bureau to be aware or to go ahead of them reporting us to credit bureau because I know this credit bureau is what people are and of course for the past 2 years too this is what I've been afraid of because I hate something like shame, something like embarrassment. I hate it. I hate someone like for my reputation to be. But this year, I let them know that I don't care. You can go ahead and do it. Last, and according to what I've learned, last, I will not be eligible for any Orlando app, and it is what I've been praying for. That God will deliver me from it, and I have gained my freedom for it. So that is my own distance.
All right, thank you very much, sir. In fact, you really made my day today by saying something very, 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 very powerful. Like you said, you are able to tell them this is as they should quote a law and I mean policy that is backing their claim. That's a wonderful move. I wish many of us are doing the same. See the first question you mentioned. I mean the first question that you mentioned. They only report their amount to borrow from them. Most of the time, they report the amount to borrow from them. In fact, some of them, like Fairmont, they will not even report the interest. You understand? So they're just using that as an opportunity to devour Nigerians. So some of them will report the interest and the cap principal, but they will never report all this overdue. because they know that if they report such overdue interest, it's going to affect them generally because you can dispute it. Do you get that now? So I think, but the
Yes,
unfortunate
yes.
part is this. The unfortunate part is this this credit bureau of the thing started. Yeah, it has been around for some time actually, like 2019. But the credit bureau started fully like started gaining ground around 2023, 2024. Let's say 2022, sha. So, but so it's not something that is very, very common, has been very, very new to the system. It's just, I mean, sorry, it's something that is very new to the system. So there are no regulations around it per se. And the credit bureau was created by themselves for themselves. Let me put it that way. It's like it's an organization that CBN had to set up so that every money lenders, banks, as a financial institution generally at large, can report transactions, loan facilities, so that CBN can monitor it, can get the report. So only financial institutions can report to credit bureau. That's the problem. Only financial institution can report to credit bureau. Your own is just to check your facilities that, oh, am I actually owing or am I not owing, things like that. So that is, so they're trying to create the system in their favor. They're trying to create the system in their favor. And like you said, there's no way can report to credit bureau. You can, if they have reported you to credit bureau, you can dispute and say, hey, what you have reported is illegal, is wrong. And even if you do that, credit bureau, the only thing they can do is they will refer you to your lender to correct it so that they can update it. So it's only lender that can update. So there are a lot of illegality around it that these criminals are using. You know, these people they're very smart. So that the same way they have been twisting the law, the policy in their favor, they have always been twisting everything in their favor. And I think it is high time for us to start fighting and start waging war against them. Because to be honest with every one of you here, especially if you are holding on apps and you stop paying, if you think it will end like that, you are deceiving yourself. Oh. It's not going to end like that. Because the truth is, these guys, these criminals, they are mounting pressure on CBN to give them more access. That's a problem. So we can't continue to, if you think, okay, I'll stop paying, therefore nothing will happen. Yes, nothing will happen. But imagine, okay, last year now, CBN gave banks permission to auto debit all banks. As long as you have money in any commercial bank, they will remove the money. If you are going to CBN banks, commercial banks, they will remove everything. The only solution is don't use bank or you move to all this money fintech. That's the only saving grace. And banks are even fighting now that they should include all um, microfinance bank like GoPay, Kuda, Oka. They are fighting. Now, if we are not going to fight, imagine loan apps mounting pressure on CBN that CBN, our money is outside you, and this is the amount they are owing you. We 1 trillion naira. Please don't let us collapse. Oh. They will not tell CBN that these people, Mr. Amashiak, has been paying for the past 3 years. They will not tell my oga that spoke that time that he lost almost 60 million naira to them. They will not say he's owing them that he has been paying for the past 60 million. That's not what they will report to CBN. They will report the actual amount that people have never paid back. That's what they will report to CBN. And you know the game of you know the game of economy. The game of economy is the rich will always favor the rich, and the rich will always prey on the poor. That's how it works. So until we start fighting for our right, we start shouting, we start reporting them as in over and over and over and over and over and over again. If not because of many of us that started reporting these criminals to loaners, I mean to CBN. Last year, I had to send petition to Senate, send petition to CBN, 50K per petition. You know, it's not trivial. Petition, but I can't do it alone because it's not going to count. They need people. Let's say about 500 people, 50,000 people send a petition. They're going to do something. But if na only me, wetin I wan do? I no be VDM. Na only VDM can shake people, shake the world like that. So, but I trust God that over time we will get more voice, as in we will get more power to be able to command many things. But pending the time, the one that is very important to me is let's get people saved first. If you can, if you can be saved from these criminals, like knowing your power, then knowing your rights, just like what my oga Amashiach just said. Now he can fight for his rights without even calling me or calling anybody here. And that's exactly what we are looking for. So later we can now consolidate our efforts and fight collectively. But if people are like a lot of people have been chatting me that please come and go and meet VDM. I said I'm not going to meet VDM. Not because of any pride or because of anything, but because VDM his own is going to address everything. But most likely, the truth is this: anybody that are not fully involved in this thing will not know what is going on behind the scene. An average person that have never borrowed from loan app before, if you tell them that this is what you are going through, they are going to blame you. They will tell you, shey you dey blind Nini, why did you collect this kind of loan? Are you that crazy? And all those things. That's what an average person will tell you.
It's true.
Because they will not know that these people have been tormenting you with calls, they have been calling you names, they have been doing all sort of things, all in the name of as in you are going through a lot, and they've called you more than 200 times. They will not know all those details. They will just jump into conclusion. So the same thing goes for VDM. So except VDM is willing to investigate and realize that, oh, this is what people are going through. But then, to be honest, I think it is better we have many more VDM rather than having one person. As to have many more of VDM. And a lot of people are coming out. Look at what this guy is doing, Scott Goma. Let's have more of them so that we can fight. If we have more of them fighting for the right of the people, things will change. One way or the other, things will definitely get better. But my focus to the glory of God, my focus is let people know their rights. And personally, me, if not because of where I'm working, I said I should just be on low key. I don't like attention. I'm not the guy that like attention, that people to know me. I can still walk, I can still walk down my street, jog down my street. Sometimes if I want to go to Ikeja, if I want to go to Ikeja, and I don't want to take my car because Ikeja is very clumsy, I can still take Korokwe and go to Ikeja effortlessly. But by the time I start showing my face, showing everything now, I will not be able to work again. People will see me and say, oh yeah, come and attend me. Yeah, I don't like that kind of attention at all. So, but of course, when time comes, if you want to see my face, I usually anytime we have anytime what do we call it? We have Telegram live show. Anytime I'm around, I always use my camera so that And I think that is how it works. I don't know if I've answered your question, sir, Mr. Marshall.
Yes, you have answered it.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you, sir. Yes, sir. So next person, please. I think many people want.
I think I'm the next person.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for this live show. Today is my first time of joining the live show, but I've seen some of your posts on TikToks and other things. I'm saying a very big thank you because the fact is that you don't know what you're actually doing for Nigerians. The economy is biting so hard, and these these foreign companies are just in this country to make sure they keep exploiting us. Now, I'll tell you of two scenarios. I have a friend in this Port Harcourt. So, as of last year, I discovered that, as in, when you are close to somebody, get as person can they behave. You can't say, is everything okay? So you start asking questions in depthly. So she have this boutique. All of a sudden, she started doing promo sales, as in reduce her price, was selling off things. As she dey sell off all these things, I was not seeing the money on her. Like, when somebody is receiving some kind money, it's supposed they see say at least this person on the fresh or something. But she was looking more depressed and mean, as in somehow. When I started questioning her, she opened up to me that she's going through a lot. That all these things she's selling off her shop and everything, that she's trying to clear loan app. Ask her how manage, how many loan app. I think she said about five or so, about six, 5 or 6 or so, within that range of number. She will borrow from here, pay here, borrow from here, pay here. So then I was like, how can you? How do you intend to keep borrowing from here, paying here? That you can't continue. You see, if she doesn't pay, it keeps increasing. So long story cut short, I advised her, okay, pay this one, pay this one. This one doesn't have this, don't pay them. That was how she stopped promo sales. So her shop almost, as in till now, said she never recover for her shop.
For real.
I'm telling you, till now
How
she
is the
have not
recover?
recovered. That was because till today she's still grateful to me that I was able to tell her, "Nee, no be everything you fit pay. Pay the one where you fit pay. Install Truecaller, block all of them. Do here like say you no hear anything." He said they will post her picture, this one, that one. I said, go and remove all those permissions. Remove all of them and rest. Now she's struggling to bounce back to business. Now, the second scenario is a copper friend of mine currently serving in Abuja. Throughout last year, her loan app chop her alawi. I'm not telling you what. I'm being realistic. I'm being realistic to us. I'm not telling you story from someone else, as in first-hand information. You should got to know this information. Like, she's even to pay transport to her PPA was a problem. It was that bad. So information is power, and I'm saying a big thank you for having this platform. Then I want to also now paint my scenario because last year, that was December, I borrowed 400,000 naira with an interest of 20K. That's 420,000 from cash. I was expecting some money for work I did. So 2 weeks before the due date, I got 200,000. I paid in the 200,000 naira. So I realized, I was like, by God grace, by ending of December, the other money I'm expecting should come in. December reach, money no come, bills needs to be paid. So that 200,000 I already paid was now remaining 220. By the grace of God, 2 days to due date, I got small money somewhere. I paid them the 20,000 on top. Once it was due date, after due date, like a day after, nah, my phone no rest. I was having as in it was like auto call. In a day, I used to have more than 400 missed calls. More than
Well,
400. More than 400. So they now start insulting me. Some message they will send to me, I'll just reply, go to hell. Some message they will send to me, I'll say, now your papa, I know go better for you and your family. As in, I was doing that crook because in my mind, I'm owing you 420. Before due date, I already paid you 20,000. I already paid you 200. And on due date, I paid you 20, remaining 200. Now, did you calculate the timeline that I paid you 2 weeks even before due? You didn't calculate that timeline, and you're stressing my life like this. So then, I was now like, okay, let us see how far while I'm expecting money to pay the remaining 200. By the grace of God, when some money came in, I now opened my app to check because I wanted to pay them with all sincerity. Now, if you see how much the money don't increase reach, I say, Jesus, where I want from the pay? Now, currently, I was supposed to have paid them 200,000 that is remaining. Currently, it's now 360 something thousand as I speak to you. This is people I paid everything 200 plus before due date. Every day, the amount is increasing. Now, when they call me once in a while, they'll be like, sorry to disturb you. I say, why are you telling me sorry to disturb me? Let that money keep increasing. I even chatted their customer care one time. I told them in their customer care that, see, I'm ready to pay your money with the main interest, but this overdue, 1 naira is not coming out from me. Nigeria is already tough that I will be working and you'll be eating. The one that is the main interest, I'm willing to pay. And I asked them in their customer care, okay, that 2 weeks I paid you ahead of time before due date, what happened to it? That you are now putting for 4,000 every day, for 4,000, every day for 4,000. Now it's 360 something K. And the thing just keep increasing. So I don't know. Let me just put in this last question before I drop. Like, is there a timeline for this their daily increase to stop, or does it increase till forever? Because me, I'm not ready to pay, except then remove those the overdue. I can give them their main remaining 200K. I don't know what's your advice. Thank you.
Obviously, you were not here when I shared my screen, and I'm going to do that again for those who are just joining. So allow me to share my screen for those who are just joining, so that I will explain again. And any mumu that will still want to pay loan apps after I've shared my screen, you are on your own. Nothing for you. You're on your own. So let me quickly make the screen bigger. How go do am sef? I'm coming up, please. Okay. Just a minute. Okay, so this is CBN policy, and I encourage everyone, even if you are not going to read it, there are 75 pages websites, PDF, and let me scroll up so that people will see it, so that it's not be as if see the CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria. This is Guide to Charges by CBN. What you need to know. And after you read, after I've explained everything, if anybody is still asking the same question, if you are here, you ask the same question, I will scold you big time myself. It means something is wrong with you. Guide to Charges by banks, other financial and non-financial institutions. I will scroll to what my brother has, the 31, page 31. Now, if you are holding loan apps, let me try and zoom in again. If you are holding loan apps and you have stopped paying, I mean, you didn't pay on time. Let's say you are supposed to pay first of last week in January, but you didn't pay. It is called penal rate for late repayment of loan, authorized overdraft, any kind of loan apps, financial related hire purchase, and the rest. Now, this is the guideline as prescribed by CBN. Maximum of 1%. Maximum of, let me zoom it again so that for those who will not see. Maximum of 1% flat per month on unpaid amounts. Maximum of 1%. So let's say, for instance, you are owing 100,000 naira. At the end of 1 month, you can only pay 1,000 naira extra. Let's say you borrow 100,000. Okay, I'll do typical example for you now. Let's say you borrow 100,000 naira. You have to pay back 120,000 naira in 1 month. But unfortunately, you're unable to pay 120,000 naira. You didn't pay any money. After that month, they can only add 1% to 120,000, which is 1,200. That's the amount they are supposed to add. Maximum of 1% flat per month on unpaid amount, in addition to charging current rate of interest in outstanding debts, without prejudice to the provision of the Prudential Guidelines on limitation. I will explain that provision guideline. They say that you can, after 3 months, they are supposed to stop adding overdue interest on that loan. They are supposed to stop adding overdue interest on that loan. Let me repeat again. After 3 months, they are supposed to stop adding overdue interest on that loan based on CBN policy. So, any loan app that are adding 1% in a day, per day, to your loan, and you still have this mumu audacity to pay, they should put you down and flog you at least 50 stroke of pain and flog you. Maximum of 1%. You should know your right like the back of your hand. That's the problem. Too many weak Nigerians are paying stupid money. Now let's do the calculation by ourselves so that you will see it. So that it will be very obvious for everybody to see. Look at this now. Let's assume I'm going to use, let me even use 100,000 naira so that it will be obvious, so that people can get it very well, because that 10,000 naira may not be enough. I mean, people may not see it very well. So just a minute though. So 6,000. So 120, 6,000. Okay. So I'm coming on. 140, 170, 210. Now you borrow 100,000 naira from loan apps. 100,000 naira. Please, if you can't see my screen, let me know. You borrow 100,000 naira from loan apps. You have to pay back 20,000 naira. 20,000 naira
as interest. After the month, you will pay back 120,000 naira. I'm explaining the policy for you now. You will pay 120,000 naira. Month 2, but you did not pay 120,000 naira, you default on that loan. According to CBN policy, the CBN policy stated that 1% will be added. So when they add 1% on that your loan, they are going to add 1,200% on 1,200 naira on that loan for a month. So for you to pay back a loan app adding 1% on daily basis on your loan, for you to pay back, they should first of all slap you. You are only permitted if you don't know this thing. But after you don't know this thing, that's why I had to scold that brother the other time, because he was here as in fully here, and he was asking the same question. Month 2, you pay another 1,200. Month 3, you pay another 1,200. Month 4, you pay another. Under normal condition, at the end of month 4, according to CBN policy, Prudential Guideline, is that they have to stop adding overdue interest on that loan. They must stop, because if they don't want you to keep accruing interest so that the person will not be able to pay. So for a loan app not to pay, as in for a loan app to keep adding overdue interest after 4 months, after the third month, that is outrightly illegal. And if CBN eventually finds out that they are doing that thing, they will be fined. They may even seize their license. Now, the only condition for them to keep adding it till month 6, to the 6th month, or even till forever, if you, all of us here, we are all mumu at some point. If you now have you are a very righteous person. You say, I'm owing 100,000. Let me quickly pay 30,000. I'll move on with my life. Let me pay as I pay. I'm small. Let me be paying small. Let me pay today. I'll drop 15,000. Tomorrow I drop 10,000. Next 2 weeks I'll drop 1,000 naira. What you are doing is you are servicing the loan. You are telling them that, don't worry, I will pay your money, but don't let it get to month 3. Just keep renewing the loan for me. That's the reason why your loan will keep increasing. So the best thing is you stop completely. If you don't stop, if you think you can be paying gradually, small, all those things, your mumu money it will skyrocket to millions, because you are servicing the loan. You are actually servicing the loan. So you must stop, never to pay a dime until that is even the absence. So at the end of 6 months, let's say they even had it at the end of 6 months. At the end of 6 months, you are supposed to pay 126,000 naira. To pay back 126,000 naira. But this criminal called loan apps, you borrow 100,000. At the end of 6 months, you are going to pay nothing less than 300,000 naira if you stop paying. Can you see the illegality in this context? So your mumu will be mumu pro max if you keep paying this money. Now this 300,000, this 310 now is subject to how mumu you are. Some people will still be paying 5,000, 10,000. This 300,000 naira is in the beginning. In the beginning, that money can rise to 900,000 naira if you keep paying small. Because what you are doing with paying small is you are renewing the loan. You don't want the loan to get to non-performing. You don't want the loan to get to delinquent. That is, that money is bad. That loan is bad. You don't want it to get to that level. That's what you are doing, and the money will keep increasing. So I encourage everyone to know this thing like the back of your hand. Understand this thing. We are going to, maybe by Thursday or Saturday, we will also explore prudential guideline, what you need to know about it, your loan, how is being calculated, everything, what you can do, the time they, as in the number of hours they can call you per day. For a loaner to call you 200 times in a day and you still pay that money, oh God. I think the problem we have is they don't remove cane from our school, from secondary school. That's why many of us are no get, we are not smart again. Many Nigerians are not smart again. Nigeria used to be very, very smart. We know the door. So all of us are falling victim to this, including me. I've been Mumu Pro Max because I lost millions to this criminal. But now that we know, no more. Now that we know, no more. So, my God, please, I hope I've been able to answer
Yes,
your question.
very clear. Thank you for this clarification. Clear. Thank you.
So please, let's be guided. Now that we know, no more stupid payment again. Because the more we pay these criminals, the more they are giving us more power, the more they are killing, that they are killing a future donor. So it has to stop. It has to stop 100%. It has to stop completely. It's a must. It has to stop. Nigerians must wake up from this slumber and find a way to be free from this thing. It has to stop. Because the problem is this. They don't know, say, we don't get strong yet. They're now targeting students, people that are very weak in mind. They're not strong-hearted. They're very weak. Imagine giving loan to students. All is well. So thank you very much, sir. So let me quickly switch to other thing. All right. So please, is there any other question, please?
Good evening, everyone.
Please. Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, in other loan apps, they used to call with number that start with zero something, but this 02, then any other number. But this Learn Safe, they used to call me with normal number, Nigerian number, and they will talk normal. It's not the way like others, it's like his computer that is talking your words. They will talk to you like normal person. So I don't know, I'm confused. I don't know. How is their own different? They even send me a
What's
message this
different
evening
about
that they
it?
will
What's
deal with
different
me
about that?
spiritually. I did not pay.
What do you say?
They send me message this evening that they will deal with me spiritually.
And so how is it different from the others?
The number they
How
use,
is
they
number
will deal
different
with
from
me.
others? How is that a problem? Number or no number? Is it number that matters or what they are saying?
Is what they are saying.
So why are you particular
They used
about
to
it?
message me direct, even WhatsApp.
How long have you been following us?
It's just today, sir. I just come. I just joined.
Go to our website, register
Okay.
on our website, and follow our instruction. Know your rights. Tell them you're not paying a dime. Tell them when next they call you, tell them you're not paying. Cupboard they're not going to receive from you. So,
Okay, sir.
know your right as a borrower. Stop paying them. They are criminal organization. Whether they are using whatever they are using to call you, tell them straight off that no more payments from their hand.
Okay.
Any loaner that is harassing you online, cupboard don't pay again. Join our Telegram group. Check my bio now. You will see link to chat me on WhatsApp. Join our
Okay.
Telegram group. You will see join our Telegram group. You'll be able to know how to deal with them.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Who else? Fine wine, Lara Babe, and Danny. I got Danny 7. My guy, I never hear your voice, so I check me.
Good, sir. I did hear. I did follow up, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anybody, please go ahead and ask your question.